Hi, I'm Maggie,
I'm Batman.
and we're librarians at the Twinsburg Public Library.
We're here to tell you about our favorite movie recommendations for Halloween.
Now, these movies are all either rated PG13 or R, so they're not exactly classics for the entire family.
Just the adults.
The adults.
First up is Scream. Do you want to say?
Released in 1996, this Wes Craven classic opens with the most iconic horror scene of all time, and it seems to allude from another Halloween favorite, Psycho.
So why do we recommend it? This movie is both a parody of horror movies and a legitimate horror movie in its own right.
So the movie follows a group of students, and they're trying to solve the gruesome deaths at the hand of a masked serial killer.
This movie is great for those staying home and handing out candy to the kids. The plot isn't dense, and you can be distracted while following along.
Did you know that you kind of look like Neve Campbell?
Did she die?
I can't remember. So what's the one thing that you should never say if you're going to survive in a horror movie? Let us know in the comments below.
Next up,
The Addams Family. Angelica Houston and Raul Julia are at their very best in 1991's The Addams Family, directed by Barry Sonnenfeld. And this movie is one of the great send-ups to the original 1960s classic TV series.
You know, the Addams Family would make great neighbors if you like monsters, ghouls, strange substances, unknown noises in the night, and murder machines. Just your typical family next door.
Sounds like a barrel of fun to me. This movie is one. If you are getting ready for a Halloween party or just relaxing after your Halloween party, this is the movie for you. It's just a fun movie. And you know, I watched it recently and I was surprised at the number of adult humor jokes that just went right over my head the first time I watched it.
So this one maybe the kids can watch with you.
It depends on your family. If you're the Addams Family, definitely.
Next up is The Ring. The original Ringu, produced in Japan in 1998, is also a great scare, but we're going to recommend the 2002 American remake, The Ring. This movie inspired countless people to whisper, 7 days, when answering the phone.
This is our first genuine horror movie recommendation. In 2002, VHS tapes were becoming antiquated, but there's something a bit creepy about a VHS tape. The natural distortions to video over time give the VHS an air of mystery, and The Ring took advantage of this.
A haunted video that caused the death of anyone who watches. This was creepypasta before creepypasta.
The acting, cinematography, and myth-building in this movie are all done well. Just watching the images from the tapes are enough to make you feel uncomfortable. Next up is the 1978 horror original classic, John Carpenter directs Halloween, and its iconic monster, Mike Myers.
Wrong holiday.
Oh. Sorry.
No, you're good.
You look fine.
Thanks.
All right.
15 years after the murder of her sister, Lori, played by Jamie Lee Curtis, must survive the recently escaped murderer, who happens to be her brother.
This movie boasts the formula that you are used to seeing in American horror cinema. A killer's on the loose, he's killing teens, there's gruesome violence, we're uncertain about the ending, and there's a lot of sequels. It ended up being a very successful movie franchise.
The movie budget was only $300,000, but it grossed about $47 million at the box office. It's still one of the most successful independent films. So speaking of successful, our final movie is The Shining.
Now, when we're talking about The Shining, this movie is absolutely terrifying. It is suspenseful, and it's always at the top of everyone's #1 favorite horror movie list.
Directed by Stanley Kubrick in 1980, this movie has inspired its own urban legends, and a documentary, Room 237, explores its cultural impact.
Now, the movie is about a family that's trapped in a haunted hotel, and the father's played by Jack Nicholson, and he becomes trapped in his mind. And this is the quintessential horror movie. It touches on every single aspect of horror, from demonic spirits, killers, a haunted house, haunted curses, and it has some of the best images for mean culture, for scary mean culture recently, like the
twins.
The
scary
twins.
twins in the
the
hall.
scary twins in the hallway, or the kid on the tricycle, and it's also the source of the red rum.
Mm-hmm.
Red rum.
Red
Yes.
Rum. The Stephen King novel also has the honor of being a banned book. And that's all.
That's
the
all.
end of our list.
Thanks everyone for watching. We hope you have a very safe holiday season. Don't forget to hit the like button right down there.
Mm-hmm.
And have a great day.
Bye.